Hi everybody, it's Rob. We're on to video number 7 with the Why People Fail Online, and this focuses on poor quality training, bad courses. Okay, so let me go into it fairly quickly, and if I need to go sideways, I will. So first up, there are hundreds of courses being launched every day. I will teach you in my training how to start a course. But if you did bad research on it, am I ever going to be able to teach people about fly fishing? No, I'm not, because I've never done it. Have I? No. I'm never going to be able to teach people how to be a life coach, because I have too much of a gung-ho attitude. I have a very high EQ, but it doesn't help. So maybe life coach, so my bad. But the point is, there's very, very many bad courses being launched every single day by all sorts of copy-paste people. In fact, there's a thing called resale rights, which I teach you how to use in a positive way, and I give you resale rights courses, or I sell them to you too sometimes. And some of those are done with the extremely poor research. So what happens is I buy a resale rights course. I've now got the rights to rebrand it and sell it as my own course. So thousands of people do it, especially people who English is not their first language. And so, hey, understand this. If the market speaks English and you're not English speaking, what are you going to do? You're going to do this. So you go and buy a course that's in English. You can't even understand it properly to know if it's good or bad, but you were told it's good, so you sell it. And the advice in there becomes compounded, because you now teach other people that, you give it away, and they learn. So yeah, it's bad. Right, the next thing of poor training are quick courses. These 3-minute videos, 1-minute video. Sometimes you could tell, like this poor training, I could have told you, I could have read this in 30 seconds and left you to understand poor training as a problem for failing online. But at the same time, let me explain what a quick course is. And this is the 1 second, not 1 second, the 30 second or 60 second videos that tell you, okay, next step, go and join Facebook and get a merchant account. You can go here, Facebook, click here, then I'll give you the URL, there's the merchant account, go and sign up for that. Boom, gone. Now, with a certain type of person, they can go out there and manage to cope with signing up for that, no problem. Problem is that I found out that 80% of people need it explained a little bit better. So let's go to the 3 minutes. And then 30 or 40% of people, and I'm making these numbers up, but a percentage of people will need to have it explained twice and why it's important, etc. And that, as per my videos, takes 6 or 7 minutes. And I don't care that it takes that long. Incidentally, if you were watching this video and you needed the quick videos, first up, we might not be compatible. Secondly, you would have read these in your head while I was talking. You wouldn't have been listening to me, and you would have clicked and closed by now. So those guys are gone anyway by now, because I'm already on 3 minutes. Right, courses do not teach everything, and they... Okay, yeah, courses, this is naughty, because some of these guys purposely will teach you how to start marketing on eBay, but they don't teach you the next level, because they've got a thing called an upsell. So now if you pay more, then they'll give you this and they'll give you that, and they'll teach you eventually. They've even got more courses that they'll teach. It's one of the, I have a pet hate for this, and it's one of the reasons that all 450 of my training videos are in, so far anyway, are in a single course. Over the past, I have sold individual courses, so I'm just as guilty as some of the others in that. I try not to do the not teach you everything. I try and cover everything. Right. In the training, people skip the training details. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I did a training course that told me to create multiple Facebook ad accounts. I even understand why, because Facebook will ban your ad account at the drop of a hat for all sorts of silly reasons, and bingo, you're out of business. So, but this training was telling me to create the courses, those ad accounts up front. And I started to think, wow, and so my urge was to think, I'm not going to have that problem, I'm out of here, and jump it. But instead, if I wanted to have the $1 million a month he earns, then perhaps I need to do what he tells me to do and not to skip it. By the way, I skipped that training. My bad. So skip the training at your own peril. Let's go there. People on their phones while training, that's something that really bothers me. And I'm guilty of it too. In fact, yesterday I was watching a webinar. Now, here's my problem. 12 years of doing this, I know what they're going to tell me before they even tell me. So I start to listen until I see which direction they're going. And then on my other thing, I go off down a rabbit hole. Or they told me to do a thing and I'm doing it on my other screen. You get where I'm going. And what happens is I stop listening. Anyway, yesterday it was hysterical. They said something that I thought, what? I had to go back. So I ran the video back quite a bit. I found a spot. I pushed play. And you won't believe it. I didn't listen twice. And I laughed at myself and I turned off what I was doing and I went and listened on the third time. But it's a natural thing. You answer your phone, you check your emails, you think you're listening, but you're not paying attention. You're not picking up those tiny little tips that are thrown in as a comment. That's one of the reasons why I love webinars and detailed training. I don't care too much about using an entire hour to learn something. But you know what? On a webinar, these guys show you the way and they talk about the way and later on they refer to the way and then they talk about the way again. And finally, they show you another way of doing that way. And in amongst it all, if you're paying attention, you realize, look at that. Each time he's clicking there first. And, it's a beautiful thing. And you learn to do what they're doing, what they didn't think they need to teach you, but they're doing it properly, so sorry. Right, failure to take notes and set systems. It comes down to planning, guys. And it's just a laziness thing we've all got. You think, come on, I can listen to this guy and watch and listen to music on YouTube. Really? So not one point are you doing this, where you're making notes. Sorry, that was my note I interrupted with the earlier video for my Pinterest. So it doesn't count. Okay, so compounded poor training and bad social media advice. So now I'm going to use this hosting advice on Facebook as a good example. After 12 years of being online and built probably 200 of my own websites in those 12 years, very bad ones and some very good ones, and mostly ones where I get an idea, I don't get very far and I stop because I'm one person, limited time, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't matter. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 hostings in my time. I know about hosting. I teach hosting. On top of it all, I have helped a few hundred people with their hosting online. So I know what I'm talking about with hosting, and I do know that there's some that's really, really good. The problem is the really, really good ones. Let me pick one that I'm going to mention here that I don't suggest you use. So I don't like doing this, but Bluehost. Bluehost is owned by the ERG company, who are accountants, and they just care about the bottom line. They are known to overfill their servers on their shared hosting, which is where most people host, and then it goes bad. But I do know that Bluehost has got private servers that are really good. So would I send people to them? No. Then I'd send them to the hosting company where their mass hostings are. In other words, their shared hosting, where that shared hosting is good. Give those guys the private, website hosting. Sorry, my brain stopped working. Fibromyalgia is bad. Option. So, but now so what I'm trying to tell you is on Facebook, you go to these groups and it's an SEO group. So now you think because you're on an SEO group or a hosting group that these guys are all experts. So you go there and you say, hey guys, I'm thinking of changing my hosting. I've been with X for long and they're starting to be very slow. What do you suggest? And in the space of 15 minutes, you will get, I don't know about how long, you will get 30 people telling you which to do. Amongst those will be 8 or 10 options. Some of them will be without thinking because it's a complete monkey. We're talking about, in my slang, mukhu. This is a person who has a limited ability to cope with his mental faculties, but he's been told, and so he went and got, and it's so far worked okay for him, and now he thinks it's the best thing ever. But they have no clue as to what's better. But they're posting it with total confidence, saying, these guys are amazing. I've used them for 2 years, never had a day's problem. And now you, as the guy who asked the question, believe that crap. Because Mr. Mukhu there, sorry for that word, it's a bad word actually. What can I say? So anyway, sadly, in amongst those guys, a couple of others people will throw in an affiliate link so they can make commission if you take their advice. And so, can you trust their advice also? Perhaps, perhaps not. I will give you a free website, by the way, if you use my affiliate link. So before you use my affiliate link willy-nilly thinking, woohoo, Rob said no, go and look at a lot of my training on the free training on what I say before you think, okay, maybe he does know what he's doing. This is cool. I trust Rob. And then you go ahead and use my affiliate link, get my free website, blah, blah, blah. So compounding all of this bad advice people get, they then go onto social media and give more bad advice, and the poor, unsuspecting public out there end up signing up for hosting or for websites or for Wix and Weebly, thinking, yay, this is lovely. Oh, come on, guys. For those of you that heard me say those words out loud, I repeat it. Wix and Weebly are fantastic online platforms, but not as your base for your business. You need a self-hosted website. So again, if you didn't pick that up in your training, and if your training says, oh, yeah, no, just go to Wix, and another one is Shopify, fantastic platform if you are paying for ads. If you want organic traffic, don't go near Shopify, people. It's going to cost you $30 a month for whatever. If you want to go to Shopify, please come in and find my affiliate link. I'd love to get a commission from you forever. So I'm saying Shopify is great for a certain type of business. I'm saying Wix is great if you want to just be a hobby blogger. You don't want to make money from it. Or you're a serious business and you need a second Web2O property that gives you backlinks and things, or more exposure online. So can you see, your poor training and not knowing enough and not doing it the right way is a huge problem. You know, it's like being told that you can smoke a cigarette and race the Tour de France. Yeah. So sorry, I wasted 12 minutes of telling you that poor training is it's kind of obvious. Let me get out of here. My bad. Ranting again, and I'm sorry, Ish. I'm sorry, Ish. Thanks for that, guys. Cheers.